Thursday, September the 5th. A little cattle move here, and I think in my last video I was getting a little bit excited about my depletion of rushes. Now that the grass has been ate off, you can definitely see what rushes I do have. But then again, when you walk through them, they're well thinned out, but they're still there. They're definitely still there. So they're coming onto, the ponies actually were up on that hill there. I'm after leaving them in, but I'm going to skip a jump or skip a move because there's no real rushes there. So I'm going to leave them directly in behind the cattle now. So they're coming onto nice green grass now. So there's a nice little patch of green there, and as I say, it gets rushy as you go on and through. So yeah, so I'm going to leave these in and then let the cattle or the ponies directly in behind them. So the ponies are going to be in here for the next 24 hours or thereabouts. Now, come on. We have a couple of more. I noticed that one or two is coughing. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I don't know, is it just that they had something in their throats or is there something else to be looked at? But I'll keep an eye on that. So they're going to go onto this nice green grass for the next 24 hours, and I'm going to go up and move my ponies. So you'll be seeing a lot more of the ponies, I suppose, late, or for the next few videos anyhow. So if everything works out, they'll definitely be behind the cattle for the rest of the year and into next year. So I'm going to pause this now and move the ponies. Come on, Luna, good girl. You're liking these moves, aren't you? Where's the other one? Who am I missing? Let me jump the wire. Potchine is coming. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, the colt and the gelding. Potchine, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Them two are used to paddling up, you see, all the summer. These were all together, so they're kind of sticking together. And the two boys, oh here they are now. The two boys were kind of paddled up as well all this summer. Come on, Potchine. What's your name? Pedro. This is Pedro coming now. As I said, this fella's a little bit scrawny. Yearlings tend to be scrawny, although my yearling filly last year, a full brother of this fella, or full sister, was fat. He was that way and I got him. I don't know, we'll see. Here's my gelding. That's the boy, Potchine. Come on. No bother to you. Right, well there's definitely more poorish ground here for them. I could have left them above, but I want them directly behind the ponies. I don't like to leave that little extra day's rest. I think is important. So I'm going to use them where I can on that kind of rushy ground. Let them eat that up. Even though they probably won't go near them rushes, but just to let them trample it up a bit and clean things. I'm going to put more of an emphasis onto where I need to have them working. What do you think? Moonshine. So moonshine, midnight. Potchine is coming. Come on. Come on, Potchine. Midnight decide to turn back. Go on down. So they have both sides of this hedge here. I'm very fond of that lad. So we're going to have a full brother or sister of this lad next year, please God. Luna is scanned in foal. I never scanned the 2-year-old filly. I couldn't find her in heat. I ended up injecting her in. She was horsed 3 times. If she doesn't go in foal, it was late, so I wasn't going to go and scan her and horse her again if she didn't prove to be in foal. So we'll take a chance and we'll see how she gets on. I have a feeling she is in foal. Well, that young colt is running with them anyhow, and I haven't seen any signs. She doesn't like him that much, to be honest, so I didn't see any kind of signs of heat. So that's to carry on now anyhow. I'll be back here tomorrow. I'm not going to continue on with no news. So that is all the news for today. What do you think, Luna? We'll walk on through. So there is a patch where the cattle did not eat and the ponies go straight to it. They love eating around the dung of them cattle. I definitely have found. Right, we leave it at that. Monday, September the 9th. And it's a few days since the start of this video, but we can see our two little shits are going about their own business. They're in here. We've got motherless May and we have a little Rony shorthorn heifer out of our first calf red shorthorn heifer cow, who is Red Claire's daughter. Yeah, so the carry on at the minute is I'm going to let them out this gap. They're going to come up this hill behind me and they're going to run. Let me just turn around all the way up that hill and in over that hedge. This is always an interesting move because they have to, well, they have the whole country to go to if they wanted to, but they tend to behave very well. They know exactly where they're going. And you can hear them calling there now. I've been down here a while. I have been lifting bits of fence and making my paddock behind me, so they've heard me, so they're waiting there anxiously to come out. Now the ponies moving and coming in behind the cattle has been working out very well for me. They were in here and they were on the lower side, and because I'm short a bit of fence I must actually go down and get more posts. Every month or so you kind of lose a post or two, or every week. So I had to be gathering and buying up new posts as I go. They're brittle enough, but they were in here, and then I took out this fence here in the middle and I gave them this area here. They didn't, you may see a little bit greener here, but the fence was along there. It's a little bit greener here. They were only on that for one night, so they were in here for 2 nights. So I actually forget when I started this video, but it may have been Friday. Where are we now? Monday. So anyhow, yeah, so they're not really eating the rushes up at this time of the year. As I said before, they're going to start tightening all that up now as the year goes on, and especially after the Christmas. So the cattle were in where they are now for the last 24 hours. I moved them in there yesterday and I put the ponies into this corner where the cattle were yesterday. Just now, when I came down to gather a bit of fence, I left the ponies in there. So let me walk on up. Now, I've noticed my phone is very shaky. It's much shakier than the last one. I don't know. There probably is a stabilising setting that I'm not using, but I don't know how to work it. I'd have to look into that. So I'm walking very slowly. I would have driven down on the quad doing this, but it would have been terrible altogether. So I'm walking real slow. So this is where the ponies are for the next 24 hours, and then I'll leave them into where the cattle are tomorrow. So I'm very happy with how it's working out. I'm definitely in winter mode now, so any grass that I leave behind after the ponies are gone is what I'm relying on to grow up from now on in to do me over the winter time. Now, maybe I'm taking too much of it, but this is what it looks like after the ponies come off. So I'm expecting that to grow up. I have 2 more rotations to get out of this before I get back into the next growing season. Where are we now? August, September. They won't be back here until September, October. Well, once before Christmas and then another time again after Christmas. So they'll be getting fed in here silage and hay. Probably hay, because it's difficult enough to get in that gap when things gets wet. But the next time they come in here, they'll be fed, and whatever picking is on it, they'll have as well. So yeah, that's the carry on. There is Jasper following up a heifer. She's a first calf heifer. I never saw her bulling before, so maybe she's coming in now only, and maybe she's breaking, I do not know. Or maybe he's just messing around. But that is the story. I had something else to say there, but I can't just think of it. I don't know. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to open up the gap. The gap's over here. I'm going to open this up. They'll follow me on up that hill, up and over onto some lovely green grass that I have ahead of them. I had something to say there, but I can't just remember. Anyhow, I'll hang up for now. I'll be back. So if the fence opened, now there's no major panic with them at all, even though they're calling. But I remember now what I was on about. I was talking about, or thinking about, last year, 2023, we had the wettest year I can remember at this carry on anyhow, and we were going into the winter this time last year with the ground saturated, and it never really dried up, or it never stopped raining all of last winter into the spring, and it was even late coming into the spring this year before it dried up. But it did eventually dry, so the ground is lovely and dry now. So I'm definitely, even if the weather broke now and we had a big flood on for the next 6 months into winter, I still believe I would have an easier time than I had last year. Last year was the worst rain of all. So I'm walking backwards here, and them cattle are being very silly. I don't know why they're not moving, but I have a calf coming to the reel first. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Enough of your calling and start walking. Come on. What I'll do is I'll pause and I'll go up the hill a bit, and I'll call them from above. The sun is shining in this phone now anyhow, so you probably can't see anything at all. Well, they're lazy this morning. Come on. Are you coming? Come on. I better go up. And I could have walked over here to the right hand side, but all them fields are all open, so they could go anywhere, even though they won't. But I'd like to keep them over this area. And also the ponies are there, and if they pass out the ponies, they might get excited too. So they're starting to come up. So if I keep them over to the left here, they'll walk on up nice and mannerly up along this kind of a lane of a fence here where them little shits are, and they'll marry up with the cattle now as well. So I'm just looking at her little roan heifer here. She's very small, but she's actually shaping up. She will have lots of time to grow. And motherless May behind her there is actually growing better. But the two of them are sucking the one cow, and a few other cows I suppose as well. Now let me turn around. Yeah, they're coming exactly as I want them to. Now I could run on ahead, because what will happen is when they meet the hill, they'll start running for the hill and pass me out. But they kind of know where they're going. Maybe if I just stay quiet and try not to fall and not to shake up the phone too much, they could all just work out perfect. Now, lead cow, for those of you that knew her, was that lady's mother. She was a Hereford with big long horns, one horn, and she used to come running. So none of them have really taken up that role since she's gone. They kind of changed, but I know she's boss cow now, anyhow, her daughter, and that's the granddaughter out in front. That's probably coming bulling. But none of them have been mad anxious to move like she used to be. And I suppose the reason why she was mad anxious, she was always that bit hungry. She was a big frame of a cow and she was hard fed. But these are going to start picking up the pace now that I've met the hill. Let me go. Will I? No, I'll keep going. I'll chance it. I'm the pacemaker. There's 19 cattle here. Oh, there's Maverick on the mad one. Look at this. Go away, is he, Maverick? You little shit. Ah, go on. He passed me out. I think you know where you're going anyhow. Don't be attacking me now. Go on. You may go up. Maverick knows where she's going. Wrong. That's where she's going. I better go back. Just follow me. I better go in. No, they're going right. Maverick went wrong though. God help us. And the little shits at times. Now this is a different angle. I've never really recorded them this way. Maverick's gone in the gap there, look, but she's coming out. I'm going to stand in here. Go on, Jasper, you gobshite you. Right, but they went in the right place. I close up this gap now. Another fence to put in along here, and then they'll walk their way all the way down to the bottom, cross over, back up again in here, and they'll graze this field last, and then I'll be back to the start again afterwards. and that will be feeding time. Grass, hay and silage. Let me just walk in now and show you what they're coming on to. This is the last rotation, I suppose, of the good long lush grass it's going to be. I don't know what way it'll be now the next time they're coming around. But this place got no topping, and there's lovely green grass in here now. They'll be on this now for the next 24 hours. We've had lovely weather. So on that note, I'll end it here now. I'm going to go down and look at my ponies one more time, do a little bit more tidying up, and I'll go away and get a few more jobs done elsewhere. So for now, on the 9th of September, I'll say good luck and goodbye. Look at that grass. Oh, help us, that's lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Good luck.